Hey VC, what's up? It's me, yours truly. I am back to post another quick video here. It's time to do another What's on the Vinyl Wall video. This is where I kind of go through, every 2 weeks or so, 2 or 3 weeks, I change all the albums that I have up on the wall just to kind of take advantage of the artwork and rotate things around. And I just kind of share with you, what's up on the wall now and all that good stuff. As I always mention, it's just an absolute fun thing that I love to do. I'll just, get a random topic or whatever, and I just kind of love listening to music while I'm putting stuff away and rummaging through the collection and pulling stuff out. And it's just one of my absolute fun times to spend with my collection. And this was a really fun one too. I had a really good time doing this one. And what I was basically doing was I was playing some cassettes, and it made me think about some old mixtapes that I had. I have a whole shoebox full of mixtapes going way back to literally grade school, high school, and college. And so what I said what I'm going to do is I'm going to go randomly grab 4 mixtapes out of that box, and just whatever albums or whatever songs are on that mixtape, I'm going to pull those albums and just recreate the mixtapes with the actual vinyl. So that's kind of what I did here. And there was one of the tapes where everything wasn't listed, so I just kind of had a fun time with just playing the tape, and whenever I heard the next song, I would go grab it and blah blah blah. So anyway, had a really good time doing it. I'm just going to go through and share with you some of the mixtapes that I had from back in the day. I think there's 4 of them total. So I kind of put the tape right here at the beginning of each section. So yeah, just good old-fashioned mixtapes that we used to all make. So I got all the songs written on the back, and so in the order of the tape. So the first one here, you had first song was King of Wishful Thinking by Go West, which is on that Pretty Woman soundtrack. Next song is Mysterious Ways by U2. And then we had We Will Rock You, and of course We Are the Champions by Queen. Next was Right Now by Van Halen. Then the next song was Friday I'm in Love by The Cure, of course. Then next we go to Just Another Day by John Cicada. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce that, actually. I've always pronounced it Cicada, but anyway. Next song is Everybody Plays the Fool by The Main Ingredient. Another classic there. And then the next song that pops up on the tape is, of course, Take On Me by Aha. And then move over to Warrant, where you have the Down Boys. And then Uncle Tom's Cabin and I Saw Red were the next 2 songs, which came off of Cherry Pie. And then you flip the tape over to side 2, and you get Under the Bridge by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And That's Just the Way It Is by Bruce Hornsberry, and The Range was the next song. Then you have Strange Love, of course, by Depeche Mode. And then the next song you go over to here, you have Betty Davis Eyes by Kim Carnes, of course. And then Little Red Corvette by Prince. I kind of ran out of room here on the shelf, so I grabbed the CD instead. And Little Red Corvette was kind of finishing off that particular cassette. So that was one of the mixtapes that, again, I played quite a bit back in the day. It was labeled as tape number 2. So obviously that was one that was high up on the list right there. And so then moving over to the next one, this was a fun one too, because when I pulled this out, I remember this was one of my workout tapes. Back in the late 90s, going into the early 2000s, I used to do competitive bodybuilding, natural competitive bodybuilding. And so, being in the gym all the time and, having the right music to get you in the right frame of mind was always really important. And this was one of my favorite workout mixtapes right here. So yeah, let's just kind of go through it. That was a fun listen to kind of revisit, because like I said, all the songs weren't listed on the entire cassette. But the first song was Paranoid by Black Sabbath. And then the next song was Tonight by Smashing Pumpkins, which, even though it's more of a mellow song, I even remember that song used to get me so freaking pumped up. It's just such a power to it. The next song was Wood by Alice in Chains. And then Keep Away, not Keep Away, Whatever by Godsmack was the next song. And then you had, of course, Thunder Kiss 65. And after that, you had the song High by Jimmy's Chicken Shack. That was the next song that popped up. And then you went back to Melancholy and Bullets with Butterfly Wings was the next song. And then the next one after that was Symphony of Destruction by Megadeth. And the next song was Devil's Dance from Metallica's Reload album. And of course, Du Hast was on there. And then you had Dragula by Rob Zombie. And More Human Than Human was the next song. And then you had Worlds Collide by Powerman 5000. And Bled for Days by Static X. And then the tape ended with Celebrity Skin by Hole. So I remember that all so well. Yeah, that was a workout tape that was in my headphones constantly. But so again, another really fun one to visit. And so then the next one here, just again, another random tape that I pulled out. You know, got all the songs listed there. Just another, you know, one of these just old tapes there. But yeah, let's kind of jump right into this one. You started out with Faithfully by Journey. And then the next song here was Love of a Lifetime by Firehouse. And then Caught Up in You by 38 Special. And then after that, Teacher Teacher by 38 Special. Song I haven't listened to in quite some time, actually. Then more Warrant on this one, too. You had the Down Boys and Heaven. So those were there back to back. And then you had No More Tears by Ozzy. And come back over here. The next song after that was More Than a Feeling by Boston. And then you flip the tape over and you had If You Would Leave, or If You Leave by OMD. And then I Can't Hold Back by Survivor. Next song, and this is the one album that I didn't have out of all the stuff. The song Close to You by Maxi Priest was the next song, which was not on this album. I think it was on the album that came after this. So it actually made me go put that Maxi Priest in my want list. So this was the one that I didn't have the right album to, or the CD actually. Next was the Earons. The song Land of Hunger was next. And then it finished out with two songs, which was Heart of Glass and then Tide is High were the last two songs on this particular mixtape. So that right there was a mixtape as well right there. All right. And so then the last mixtape, which is also kind of a fun one, because I think this was more of like my, mellow mood kind of mixtape that I made for this one, which was this one right here. And again, another fun listen because I didn't have all the songs listed, so I had to listen to it to figure out everything that was on there. And you started off here, the first song was Bulletproof Soul by Sade, which is not a surprise because actually that was been my favorite Sade song for the longest time. And then after that came Latest Trick by Dire Straits. And then Power of Love by Celine Dion. And after that, it went back to the Sade album and the song Mermaid off of that. And then Keep on Loving You by REO Speedwagon. Faithfully by Journey. Then the next song was Lady in Red by Christopher. Foolish Heart by Steve Perry came up next. Then came Shake You Down by Gregory Abbott. And then I don't know if you guys remember this song or not. The next one after that was the song Ebony Eyes, which Rick James and Smokey Robinson did, which is a really great track. But that's off the album Cold Blooded. And then the last two songs, it was Do It To Me by Lionel Richie. And then the next one was Penny Lover by Lionel Richie, were both off of this album here. And that was that complete, I guess, kind of my smooth, heartfelt tape or whatever. But that was my mellow mixtape right there. So anyway, that's what's on the wall this time. And like I said, just pulling out those tapes and listening to it and just hearing the order that stuff popped up, it was really good times. I really had a good time doing this one. But anyway, VC, as always, let me know what you think. Appreciate you guys stopping by, and we will talk to you soon. All right, take care, guys.